So let me get this fucking straight, right? You niggas is on social media all day, every day, being utterly fucking useless to do what? Fill a void? Is it a short dopamine addiction or something? What is up? Because we got ICE off in motherfuckers. We got Epstein files out right now. And then as I speak, they are actively redacting files that have been released. They are literally removing files that they released right now. We got screenshots of niggas searching specific terms on the justice.gov website, showing X amount of results. Then they put the same term into the search bar the next day and it's got fewer results. So not only do these niggas protect gay rapist pedophiles by redacting the names and the emails and all of these files, but they're actively removing the whole entire files. And you bitch niggas, like house niggas do, are just standing on the sideline acting normal. You bitch niggas, or you house niggas I should say, you bitch house niggas. This is the most pussified fucking era of so-called Christians and Americans I've ever fucking seen in my life. You niggas are legit on Facebook talking about zodiac signs. You niggas are on Instagram sharing bullshit on your stories. You niggas is not even posting, you're not making any content on Instagram, yet you're on it every day, all day, just death scrolling. You're on TikTok all day, every day, death scrolling, yet you don't make any content, you don't make any money on it. You could at the very fucking least make yourself useful to some degree by at least spreading awareness to the ICE and the Epstein files. The ICE situation, the Epstein files, matter of fact, there was just a video that came out of Trump telling a reporter she's a bad reporter for asking about the sexual assault victims. She asked about the victims in the Epstein files, and you know what this bitch ass nigga does? Deflects, lies, and says that the people should move on from the Epstein files. He said the people should move on from the fact that we have a gay rapist pedophile vampire in office right now and there's been no arrest made. You bitch niggas is writing tickets for people that are speeding. You bitch niggas is writing citations for niggas who got no car insurance. But you guys want to arrest somebody who's been mentioned in the fucking Epstein files over 38,000 times? Does that make any sense? And then what? We just gonna go to work and clock in and clock out like shit sweet? Like niggas don't got bills to pay that are way too much, making the wages that we get unlivable, and then on top of that, all of our taxes is going straight into vampires' pockets. And you guys are okay with this? You niggas go to a job you don't even like going to, and then you gotta use your hard-earned money to gas up the vehicle that you need to even get there. But they made it illegal for you to not have car insurance, which is damn near unaffordable for most people. They're giving me $300 quotes at 25 years old with a clean record, and I only got a Ford fucking Fusion. I ain't got no fucking Scat Pack, Hellcat, nigga, Trackhawk, TRX, Raptor. These niggas giving me quotes like as if I'm out here with a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and it's a sports car or something. I got an all-wheel drive Ford fucking Fusion, nigga. It's a regular day, everyday car, and they giving me $300 quotes for that shit. Then on top of that, my DTE bill was just over $500, bro, for 1 month. What the fuck? But you niggas is on social media talking about I show sped? A nigga who literally was acting as if he was ejaculating on himself on a live stream on YouTube, and it's still up to this day. And then when I made a video about it, because the fact is the CEO of YouTube is a pedophile for even allowing that shit, and then giving I show sped a reward for it, my video on TikTok gets taken down. Of course. Just like how when I made a fucking video about adrenochrome on YouTube, I lost over 20,000 of my subs because they terminated my channel. But you bitch niggas is in the house being peons, absolutely fucking useless, acting as if none of this shit is going on, like shit is just fucking La La Land and rainbows or some shit, nigga. Like this is Mario World. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. It's and why I got a friend who didn't even know about all this shit going on. I'm like, how the fuck you don't even know? Nigga so damn busy, bro. The nigga so damn busy, he told me he don't even be on social media like that. I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. So you mean to tell me you haven't heard anything about the Epstein files? He said no. So what does that tell you? Why is Fox News not talking about it? Why is all these mainstream media sources not talking about it? Why is the radio station not talking about it? Fucking gatekeeping ass, bitch ass house niggas, I'm out, man. The fuck?
And he said, but only if you're white. This lake is pretty famous for water babies. It's famous for USOs or UFOs as well. It's famous for a lot of paranormal things. In fact, some of the ladies I was talking to around here said that they've even seen Bigfoot a few times. And once again, this is Pyramid Lake.
This is Pyramid Lake, found in Nevada. Pyramids and sphinx-looking structures are on the coast of this lake. The oldest pictoglyphs in America are found at this lake. Sundials, snakes. It's crazy. A skeleton 10,000 years old was found on the beach of this lake. The greatest story ever told about Jesus Christ was shot at Pyramid Lake in the 1960s. But check this out. This is weird right here. This is deep. I'm pretty sure everybody saw this.
To block the sun all day, all week, all month. If they tell you it's coming, they just tell you we're bringing a snowstorm through. It's gonna last this long. It's gonna be treacherous. They'll tell you just some wild shit, won't they? We're gonna bring a snowstorm, blizzards through. You better go get those groceries. Tell you, 7 idiots. And go do it, of course. Do it. Shelves just emptied. And then don't ever question, well, why are those clouds? They're just there all the time. Why are they there? Like, they don't look real. Like, I did research and I remember clouds didn't look like this, but now they're looking like this, and it's all the time. There's this Bible that talks about judgment coming to this country, and this is technology where they tell us that they've done it in other countries, but I guess for some reason we don't think they'll do it here. They've put 5G towers everywhere. What are up with these 5G towers? Nobody's asking these questions. What's up with all these 5G towers? Why are they everywhere and my service is horrible? I should have Wi-Fi in my on me with all these towers around here. What are they doing? Ever since y'all guys brought them through, these clouds just ain't went away. Ever since you brought this technology that you told us is for our phones, but now these clouds haphazardly will not leave. What is going on? Nobody's asking these questions. Or do y'all talk about this? Y'all just say, don't worry about it, man. It's gonna be all right.
Hello from the other side. Hey, I think I'm back to normal, bro.
Wanna see Nirvana, but don't wanna die. Wanna feel it, none of them come by. Fuck with me after my shit. Know them boys wanna see me.
You see a nigga with his glasses on the top of his head. That's a different type of nigga. Don't just listen. There's little shit in the video that y'all missing because y'all not ready to accept Kyle for the person that he's becoming. When did you ever see him do some shit like that?
How long y'all think it's going to be before AI guzzle up enough water that they start unearthing artifacts that's been hidden for decades? We haven't thought about that. I've been thinking that for a while. Yes, we are in water wars, and this is the most horrific thing that I've ever heard of. And to everybody that I spoke to in the past, and I brought that discussion up, and y'all laughed in my face, how about that? I told you, bitch. But besides that, let's move on to the tea. How long do you think it's going to be before they start hitting up them fresh water reservoirs and all that shit, and they start touching on waters that are harboring secrets and artifacts in history? Yeah, you know how many black towns are buried beneath oceans and little lakes and man-made lakes are in? Do you know how much shit that they buried within the American soil? How long do you think it's going to be before randomly all that shit starts popping the fuck up? Oh yeah, it's gonna be random TikToks that just start getting wiped. I'm ready for this shit. I've been thinking about this shit for quite some time. Nobody thinks about it but me. I don't know if there's other people out there. Come to me if you are. We are one. We are.
Why do you think we don't hear about black folks making pacts with higher forces the way we hear about them making pacts with higher forces?
Because some of the higher forces that they making pacts with are actually so-called black. It's kind of like the same concept when you watch the movie not Leave the World Behind, but They Clone Tyrone. Yeah, they would have the light-skinned beings that was out here doing all the alchemy and messing up the chicken and shit. But when you go at the end of the movie, it was a black man that was controlling everything. So the same thing actually translates in our reality in real time.
Same thing.
Because you know, when you get to the inception of time, you know, you don't get the recessive from the dominant, you get the dominant from the recessive. I mean, you don't get the recessive from the dominant, you get the dominant from the recessive. So that means that it was a dominant gene here before you. So there was black Canaanites that was here on the planet first,
right?
Before you had white Canaanites. So that's who they basically asking to. You know what I'm saying? They getting all their demands and things of that nature. They getting it all from higher forces who are shapeshifters. In fact, Norman Burgum, he speaks about these black beings on his book in The Ringmakers of Saturn. And
that's them?
Also
that's them. That's them.
They're Saturnians. You know what I'm saying? And they also talking about how they use they use like ice crystals in order to shapeshift, which is a form of liquid crystal technology.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So it's one of those things where, you know, they make pacts with higher covenants with other entities.
What is it about us that makes these black Canaanites so jealous?
So they done already killed two Scythian AIs. Everybody keeps saying something finna happen or something. But how they already killed two Scythian AIs and we don't even got them motherfuckers out here in the world yet with us yet? Like, the Scythian AIs is the ones that get their own consciousness. They can do their own thing. Like, they're already put together. They can go and start their own stocks and they can do their own shit. And they already killed two of them. So you know what that means? Them motherfuckers and came to their senses and was like, shit, I don't need y'all. And started going against them. And they had to kill them. So that shit about man versus machine with the Elon Musk and shit and all that shit might be coming soon like a movie. What the fuck is Agenda 2030? What's that about?
What's that? Oh, there's whistleblowers coming out talking about how there's certain classifications inside of morgues. What? Tell me more! Yeah, what these people are saying is there's certain classification inside of morgues, and what that means is there's the human classification, and then there's the non-human classification. They said that there's a completely different procedure that you take for the non-humans, and we're not talking about dogs, cats, or animals. Meaning, when a human passes away, certain processes happen, such as body going stiff, maybe the mouth opening, things like that. So they have to prepare them a little bit different way than they would the non-humans. They said with the non-humans, typically what will happen is they balloon up a lot more and they don't fit inside of a regular size coffin, and so they have to make a custom one for them. They said there's a pretty rigorous process for them to be able to keep this quiet. They literally have to sign NDAs and they have to agree to being basically phone tapped and being monitored on the daily. Oh, goody. What's that? Oh, after doing some investigation, they're finding out that Kenneka Jenkins, the one that was in the freezer that died not long ago, isn't actually Kenneka Jenkins. Tell me more! Yeah, the story gets crazy because basically what's going on is Kenneka Jenkins is supposedly the girl that died in this freezer, right? But it's not Kenneka Jenkins. There was actually a 48-year-old woman named Antonia Evans, and she was the one that actually was the one that perished in the freezer then. But Why the secrecy? Well, because they wanted to harvest Kenneka Jenkins' organs. But the crazy thing is, it sounds like it was the mother who set the whole thing up, and she was going to get a big payday for these organs. Not only that, she anticipated getting some sort of a movie deal or something along those lines as well. But they're using Antonia Evans' body as the one that was in the casket that she was buried. But now the body is going to be exhumed up from the casket and find out if it's actually Kenneka Jenkins. But they believe it's not going to be. They think it's going to be Antonia Evans, because they have been putting this together and piecing this together now. So this whole case is about to get blown wide open. Oh,
I saw this trend on TikTok, so I wanted to take part. Stop calling it slavery. They used to eat us. Stop calling it slavery. They used to kill our children and feed them to alligators. Stop calling it slavery. They used to use our skin and turn us into leather. Stop calling us slavery. They used to rape the women and force them to have their babies to feed their fetish of mulatto children. Stop calling it slavery. They used to go to places like Jamaica and Haiti and rape the little boys, raise them and rape them again. Stop calling it slavery. They used to make clothing out of us. They used to make couches out of us. They used to make sneakers out of us, ties. They used to wear us. Stop calling it slavery. They made it miserable. Stop calling it slavery. It was a genocide. They killed millions of us. They threw us off ships. They shackled us to chains. When you threw one, you threw all.
Is that steam rising off of Mount McLaughlin? It's growing, whatever it is. That's wild.
All of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal. You gotta catch your flights. You gotta go to work. The Epstein fucking files have been released, and all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all.
Have you heard about the mysterious mystery man who keeps showing up on the ocean front in Portland, Maine, and no one knows who he is? This is about 2 miles out. They have to zoom in on their camera, and it looks like he's on like a giant turtle's back, or it could be like a styrofoam objector that he's standing on. But he's starting to scare the local residents of Portland, Maine. It's almost every other day that someone's spotting him out on the ocean. And so if you do see him, film some footage or send it to me, because I'm trying to do some investigative work to figure out who this might be and what his intentions are.
Is that someone standing on it? I don't get this. The turtle's way bigger than it should be. He's just standing there.
If you are a parent, I need you to stop and watch this video, because what I've been going through in the Epstein file should concern everyone, but especially parents. Now stick with me on this because it's important. If you have kids, or even from when you were a kid, you probably remember a company called LifeTouch. They're the company that takes school photos, and they've been around for decades. In fact, I remember them taking my school photos when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, and a lot of you probably remember that too. So this is a company that has been around for a while and has had routine access to American and Canadian schools for generations. Well, today, LifeTouch is owned by Shutterfly, which was acquired by a company called Apollo Global Management. That means LifeTouch and Shutterfly now sit in the same corporate structure. Now, when people hear school photos, they tend to think it's just a picture. It's not. School photo systems typically include a child's name, their school, their grade, their teacher, classroom information. Parents then provide home addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and payment details. All of that information is tied directly to an image of a child, your child, and stored long-term for reorders, archives, and future access. They don't ever delete the photos. Shutterfly separately holds millions of consumer uploaded family photo accounts. Those accounts include images of children, often labeled with names, dates, schools, personal details that parents upload themselves. And again, stick with me here. So what you end up with are two massive pipelines of children's images and identifying information living under one corporate umbrella. That umbrella is Apollo. Now, Apollo was co-founded by a man named Leon Black. Leon Black's financial relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is documented in court records, including payments, settlements, and Epstein-related legal exposure. In 2023, Leon Black paid $62.5 million to the U.S. Virgin Islands to resolve claims connected to the Epstein investigation and child trafficking. Leon paid Jeffrey Epstein roughly $158 million over several years. Now, he denies any wrongdoing, but the settlement exists. Leon Black stepped down from Apollo because of all these allegations, accusations, etc., and a man named Mark Rowan took over as CEO. Well, wouldn't you know it, Mark Rowan also appears heavily in the Epstein files and emails, things like calendar entries, arranging meetings and breakfasts with Jeffrey across multiple years. Now, I'm not accusing of Mark Rowan of a crime. I'm not alleging wrongdoing by LifeTouch employees because I don't want to get sued, and I'm not claiming Shutterfly is misusing data. But when the former leader of a firm had documented financial ties to Epstein and the current CEO appears in Epstein scheduling records, it's reasonable to pause and ask questions, especially when that same firm controls the companies handling massive databases of children's photos and personal information of those children. This isn't abstract, y'all. This is your child's photo, your child's name, your child's school, and your home information. And at the very least, people deserve to know who controls the systems holding that data. Anyways, drop your thoughts in the comments, follow and share this with other parents, and I'll ask you guys something to get the conversation going. Do you remember LifeTouch, and do you use Shutterfly?
Okay, so we're not going to escape past the fact that they just found another biolab in Las Vegas. While the media is so stuck on the fucking Grammys, they're finding labs. This one was located in Las Vegas in a locked garage on Sugar Springs and Templeview, I believe, that area. Same property owner of the lab that they found in California back in 2023. That man is still in jail at this time. But on Saturday, when they executed this search warrant, they picked up his property manager because there was a locked garage that contained over 1,000 different samples, vials, whatever the fuck that they had in there. And they sent them off to get tested because they didn't know what the fuck they were handling. And I highly doubt we'll find out what the fuck was in those vials and what the fuck was in that locked garage. So now the property manager is in custody as well. Let me know if you guys heard about this. Do not forget to like, follow, and share for more news stories, and thank you for watching.
A single image from Tel Aviv has reignited one of the internet's darkest debates. Who is this guy spotted in? The image shows a white-haired, white-bearded man wearing sunglasses walking with two men who appear to be bodyguards. The photo was taken in Tel Aviv. The man's face looks familiar, but no name is confirmed. Online, speculation quickly followed. As renewed attention is placed on the Epstein files, some users claim the man resembles Jeffrey Epstein and argue he may still be alive. Screenshots are zoomed in, facial features compared, and timelines re-examined. Others push back, saying the image proves nothing and warning against turning resemblance into accusation. The debate goes beyond the photo itself. Some commenters argue that for someone with Epstein's wealth and connections, faking a death would be easier than facing accountability. Others point out that there has been no verified evidence placing him alive after his death in custody, and that speculation risks distracting from documented crimes and victims. What remains undeniable is the imbalance the discussion exposes. If Epstein is truly dead, many believe justice was never fully served.
Here's a recap of everything that I found today going through this man's email. Here's the short version. Time travel might exist. It is at a 95 to 90% chance that they have been time traveling with this thing called an equatorial sundial. It also is a very high chance that these people have been traveling from the physical realm to the spirit realm through the equatorial sundial. There's also a chance that they're trying to destiny swap. Yes, swap our destiny with theirs because they know the time is coming. Like, we have been watching TV shows about living in the Matrix. Whole time, we are in the Matrix. The sundial basically can manipulate time. And yeah, the sundial also represents rebirth and death, light and dark, yin and yang. The birth and the rebirth is when they impregnate the girls and then kill the babies. Oh, and don't even get me started on the genetically modifying creatures and trying to genetically modify humans. So moral of the story is, while you're sitting there calcifying your third eye, bitch, it's time to wake up. The alarm clock just hit 6 o'clock, bitch. Start meditating. Get your copper chains, your birthstones, bitch. If they are doing that, that means everything we thought was true is true. Don't even get me started on the connections on how they've been praying to Saturn. And the only thing that this proves is that the Anunnaki exist. Because if they started genetically modifying, they've been genetically modifying. That's how we got created, as a hybrid species. And don't even get me started on how the 9 realms connect with EpiPen Island. Because, oh my God, we are in the TV show we have been watching our whole lives.
Did y'all notice?
MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he ain't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the back was burning. But the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that I Have a Dream and the speed that he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and seen the promised land. That boy was a Mason by writing. They sealed them documents forever, but I know Masons in Atlanta know better. They said he would kill cause of prejudice, yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on, yelling fuck black history. Ain't no black history, so they gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave, I was born to slide, I am not afraid. Hop about that K, oh yeah, free the guys, they went out of state. Yeah, I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Yeah, fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. They don't want you to remember this, you not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians, you went to war with the French and the British, man, quite frank.
Why is nobody talking about the fact that they literally confiscated a human egg farm yesterday? With all of the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff being talked about, no one is talking about the fact that they literally rescued 100 women that were forced to donate eggs. This happened in, I want to say, Georgia. It was a program that was happening that they listed on Facebook Marketplace advertising surrogate services. So basically you become a surrogate and you get paid a pretty decent amount of money for it, right? Now, these women went to this facility that happened to be an egg farming facility, and they were completely blindsided. They began to, house these women in very unsafe environments and force them to do egg retrieval services for very, very cheap to no price, pay. And they just rescued 100 women from Thailand that were being forced to donate eggs. This is literally The Handmaid's Tale in real life.
So, Chuck E. Cheese, CEO, stepped down. He's in the Epstein files. This is the list, right? Bed Bath & Beyond. Damn, I love that store. Walmart, Wayfair. What else? There's so many stores that were documented in there, in the Epstein files, right? All these predators, man. But I want to go back to a couple years ago about the Wayfair, right? Y'all remember how they had it listed, like these cabinets and all these cabinets and dressers. They were listed at a very high, like maybe 100,000 tag. It wasn't no conspiracy. None of that shit ain't conspiracy because it was already in them. It's already documented. So I guess a conspiracy theory is considered nuts and crazy, right? But it come out later on, guess what? It's in your face, right in front of your face. Still, nobody got arrested. And we just gonna see.
Eating humans spreads nasty stuff. Yeah, when God, created humanity, he didn't create humans to eat humans. That's why he put certain pathogens in our blood to deter us from eating one another, because you can get sick. It's biologically dangerous to eat another human. When you eat another human, your brain might turn to mush. It's called Kuru disease. And there's certain other prion diseases that you will get. And you will get sick as hell from eating another human. So this is the question. Since we're on the subject of people eating people and cannibalism, and oligarchs up there doing sick satanic shit eating people, The question is not why are they eating them, but what the fuck are they? Because apparently they aren't human, because we weren't designed to eat one another. That's something I want y'all to think about. Y'all have a good day.
I'll never forget that. Michael Jackson saved me from getting on a plane to that tiny island.
So they're saying Neverland is where Michael Jackson took children to protect them from what was being done on Epstein's island. And because he was going against their regime, they punished him and they flipped the script and made it appear as if he was the one abusing them, when in reality they were abusing them, and he was protecting the children, he was protecting the celebrities. And you have celebrities like Macaulay Culkin who've gone on record to protect and defend Michael Jackson. This all makes sense. It has finally come together. This man has been dead for so long, but now it's coming together. Not only did he protect the children from the physical things that were being done to them, and you know what I'm saying, it's just social media, gotta be careful, but he also were protecting them from the social and emotional abuses that were occurring by advising Britney Spears to get out from under her dad before the conservatorship and things of that nature. This man was a lifesaver. Nonetheless, those of you who are like me, help me fact check this, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure this is right.
The plan was to make us so soft that when it became time to do what was done to our ancestors to them, we were so docile and feminized as men that we did nothing. What if that was the plot? Just what if? Critical thinking. My brain be rolling. I'm about to smoke.
Going to be a racist, then you should be a true racist and not use anything or be involved with anything that was invented or created by blacks. Do you want a list? The ironing board, the refrigerator, the baby carriage, the shoemaking machines, the traffic signal, the incandescent light bulb, the folding bed, the mailbox, air conditioning, elevator. You want me to go on?
This is a nation that invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the television, the telephone, the computer chip, the smartphone, the GPS, the integrated circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything.
We? We.
Extreme trigger warning, guys. The images I'm about to show you in this video, some of you may find truly disturbing, so I'm going to give you a chance to scroll away. 3, 2, 1. If you guys are still here, I'm assuming you guys want to see what I'm about to show you. These pictures I'm about to show you are not AI. They are actual real pictures taken by Michael Jackson's doctors or other medical staff during times of distress. So I'm going to show you these images, guys, and just like I said, just be warned that some of you may find these disturbing. Check this out. Yes, so the rumors of Michael Jackson having vitiligo are true. It is not speculation. It is not hearsay. Michael Jackson did have a skin condition, vitiligo, which causes, the skin to lose pigmentation, and which is why Michael bleached his skin to match the vitiligo patches. Now, guys, it's clear in these pictures that Michael Jackson was in medical distress in the last weeks and days of his life. Poor guy suffered from insomnia, anxiety, panic attacks, paranoia, all kinds of really, really crazy, unfortunate things. And finally, we know it took him out when he accidentally overdosed on sleeping, medication. But anyway, guys, get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about Michael having vitiligo. And as you can see in one of the pictures, he barely had any hair. So all of those pictures you saw with Michael, he was wearing wigs. He was in pretty bad shape, guys. Let me know what you guys think.
If you are genuinely interested in growing your social media following or promoting your brand, then I'm your best choice. With almost 4.5 million monthly views, you should definitely contact me and let's put together a strategy to help you grow your brand. Be Cash App ready. Serious inquiries only.
Going through the Epstein files and I see multiple emails to Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson, in 2013. Michael Jackson passed in 2009. Am I missing something? Somebody make this make sense. Is Michael Jackson a cold word? What? But I don't think so. It won't be too far to reach, all I'm saying.
That's the question. Who did America let in here when they want to know who everybody is so bad? Who did y'all let in here with us? Who the hell did y'all let in here? But y'all want to... We can see everybody ID.